Reading from the Holy Gospel according to Luke.
Glory to you, Lord.
Tax collectors and sinners were all drawing near to listen to Jesus, but the Pharisees and scribes began to complain. "This man welcomes sinners and eats with them." So Jesus addressed this parable to them. A man had 2 sons, and the younger said to his father, "Give me the share of your estate that should come to me." So the father divided the property between them. After a few days, the younger son collected all his belongings and set off to a distant country, where he squandered his inheritance on a life of dissipation. When he had freely spent everything, a severe famine struck that country, and he found himself in dire need. He hired himself out to one of the local citizens, who sent him to his farm to tend the swine. And he longed to eat his fill of the pods on which the swine fed, but no one gave him any. Coming to his senses, he thought, "How many of my father's hired workers have more than enough food to eat, but here am I dying from hunger. I will go to my father and say to him, 'Father, I have sinned against heaven and against you. I no longer deserve to be called your son. Treat me as you would treat one of your hired workers.' So he got up and went back to his father. While he was still a long way off, his father caught sight of him and was overwhelmed with compassion. He ran to his son, embraced him, and kissed him. The son said, 'Father, I have sinned against heaven and against you. I no longer deserve to be called your son.' But his father ordered the servant, 'Quickly bring the finest robe and put it on him. Put a ring on his finger and sandals on his feet. Take the fattened calf and slaughter it. Then let us celebrate with the feast, because this son of mine was dead and has come to life again. He was lost and has been found.' And the celebration began. Now the older son had been out in the field, and on his way back, as he neared the house, he heard the sound of music and dancing. He asked what this might mean. A servant said to him, 'Your brother has returned, and your father has slaughtered the fattened calf, because he has him back safe and sound.' He was overwhelmed with anger, and when he refused to enter the house, his father came out and pleaded with him. He said to his father, 'All these years I served you. Not once did I disobey your orders. You never gave me even a young goat to feast on with my friends. But when your son returns, who swallowed up your property with prostitutes, for him you slaughtered the fattened calf.' He said to him, 'My son, you are with me always. Everything I have is yours. But now we must celebrate and rejoice, because your brother was dead and has come to life again. He was lost and has been found.' The Gospel of the Lord."
Praise to you, Lord Jesus Christ.
If you don't remember anything else from the Scriptures, remember this story. It may well be the greatest story in all of the Scriptures. It is found only in Luke's Gospel, and what does it tell us? It tells you and me that we can be forgiven anything at all. Listen carefully to the wording of the story. It doesn't appear that the son had a change of heart. It was simply that he was hungry and felt he would fare better with his father than where he was. And so he begins to return home. And the father, of course God, is out walking, and he spots his son from afar. And we're told that before the son had a chance to say anything, the father was overwhelmed with compassion and immediately forgave him in his heart. He welcomed him back, embraced him, and the feast began. You and I can be forgiven anything. Don't ever forget that. What an incredible, incredible God we have. Amen.